Imagine an entire people who lived, breathed, loved, and survived for thousands of years, then completely disappeared from the face of the earth without leaving a single written trace.
Nos monuments, nos legends, not even a name. Just absolute silence.
That is exactly what happened in the high mountains of Colombia 6,000 years ago. Today, thanks to a revolutionary scientific discovery, we have found these ghosts of the past. And their story will turn everything we thought we knew about the settlement of South America upside down. Let's go back in time to 20,000 years ago. Our planet was in the midst of the last ice age. Huge ice sheets covered North America, and sea levels were so low that a land bridge emerged between Siberia and Alaska. This frozen corridor, which scientists call Beringia, became the only passage for the first humans who dared to venture into the New World. These courageous pioneers, descendants of populations from East Asia and Siberia, crossed this desolate land populated by mammoths and giant bison. They carried within them the genes that would give rise to all Native American peoples. But beware, because the story we thought we knew is about to take an unexpected turn. When the ice began to melt, these first migrants headed south. 13,000 years ago, the Clovis culture, recognizable by its distinctive fluted spear points, flourished throughout North America. To reach South America, they had only one option: cross the Isthmus of Panama, the narrow strip of land connecting the two continents. It was there, on the Altiplano of Bogotá, at an altitude of 2,600 meters in the heart of the Colombian Andes, that our story took on an extraordinary dimension. This region, with its fertile soils, wetlands, and abundant wildlife, naturally attracted the first hunter-gatherers. They adapted to life at high altitude, developing survival strategies unique to this environment, which was both generous and unforgiving. For decades, scientists thought they understood the puzzle of South American settlement. A single wave of migration, followed by gradual regional diversification.
Simple, logical, reassuring.
But science sometimes has surprises in store that call everything into question. By analyzing the DNA of 21 ancient individuals discovered on the Altiplano de Bogotá, a team of international researchers has just made a stunning discovery. These genetic analyses, extracted from the bones and teeth of individuals who lived between 6,000 and 5,500 years ago, reveal the existence of a completely unknown group. These hunter-gatherers, whom scientists have dubbed Colombia 6000, form what is known as a basal lineage. In simple terms, imagine the family tree of all American peoples. This group represents a branch that split off from the main trunk very early on, even before the ancestors of other Native American populations formed.
The most troubling thing?
Their DNA does not match any known population, ancient or modern. They share no close genetic link with the Anzac I individual from Montana, associated with the Clovis culture and dating back 12,800 years. Nor do they have any connection to the populations of the Anglo-Norman islands of California, who migrated to the central Andes 4,200 years ago. These mysterious inhabitants of the Andes form what geneticists call a group external to most indigenous South American populations. They may well be among the very first to have settled south of the Isthmus of Panama. Let's reconstruct their daily life. 6,000 years ago, the Altiplano of Bogotá resembled a vast prairie dotted with wetlands, framed by the imposing peaks of the Andes. At this dizzying altitude, the nights are freezing and the air is thin. Our hunter-gatherers developed remarkable physiological adaptations to survive in these extreme conditions. They hunted deer and small mammals, fished in the rivers of the Altiplano, and gathered wild tubers and fruits. Without pottery to store or cook their food, they probably used woven baskets or animal skins. Their nomadic lifestyle led them to follow the seasons and available resources. Analysis of their DNA reveals fascinating details about their social organization. Among the 7 individuals studied at the Chequia site, scientists have identified 4 pairs of close relatives, cousins or siblings, suggesting a very close-knit community. 5 of them are men who all share the same paternal chromosomal marker, haplogroup Q1b1a, a common paternal lineage among Native Americans that is passed down from father to son. Their mitochondrial DNA, inherited from their mothers, shows greater diversity, with mainly haplogroups B2 and D, followed by A2 and C1. This diversity in maternal lineages suggests a dynamic group with varied genetic exchanges. A technique called homozygosity ranges reveals that these populations practiced little inbreeding, avoiding marriages between close relatives. Their population size, estimated to be 3 to 8 times smaller than later groups, corresponds to archaeological evidence of small bands of hunter-gatherers from the pre-ceramic period, which spans from 11,500 to 4,000 years ago. But here's where the story gets even more intriguing. Around 2,000 years ago, this unique group disappeared completely from the Altiplano. There was no gradual transition, no progressive genetic mixing. A total disappearance, replaced by a new population whose DNA more closely resembles that of the peoples of Central America. This new population corresponds to a cultural phase known as the Herrera Ceramic Complex. The most advanced genetic analysis techniques, such as admixture, which breaks down DNA like a recipe by identifying its different ancestral ingredients, and QP wave, which checks whether groups share a common genetic history, confirm this complete replacement. What happened? Several hypotheses are competing. Climate change may have altered the availability of resources. Competition with the new arrivals, equipped with pottery and mastering agriculture, probably gave the latter a decisive advantage. Disease, that recurring scourge of human history, may also have played a role. This discovery challenges our understanding of the settlement of the Americas. Far from being the result of a single uniform wave of migration, history reveals a complex mosaic of multiple migrations, periods of isolation, and remarkable local adaptations. Like the ancient Beringians of Alaska or the populations of the Anglo-Norman islands of California, the people of Chequia illustrate the extraordinary diversity of the first South Americans. Some groups separated from the main trunk very early on, while others maintained constant exchanges. Many fascinating questions remain. Did these mysterious hunter-gatherers leave descendants in other regions, such as the Amazon or Central America? Do their genes survive in modern populations speaking Chibchan languages? Revolutionary new techniques such as single-cell sequencing and isotopic analysis of bones, which reveals diet and movement, may soon provide answers. This discovery reminds us that every archaeological brushstroke can reveal entire chapters of our shared history, forgotten peoples who lived, loved, and struggled to survive in worlds we can barely imagine. The Bogotá Altiplano, a continental crossroads, continues to yield its secrets, promising us many more revelations about our American origins.